Rachel.
And obviously, that tremendous tragedy last night in the city of Fall River, and my constant phone calls with the governor this morning, back and forth. She said, that's about it. I'm on my way down. I want to see this. I want people to know we support the residents of Fall River, and so obviously I want to turn it over to the governor right away. And I'll say it for the 50th time. The public safety people did a great job last night. Fire, police, EMS, EMA, to make sure they kept the losses at a minimum, as tragic as they were, those numbers. But the governor, as I said, was here with us in spirit, and now she wants to be here in person. So I'll turn it over to my good friend, Governor Montana.
Thanks, Mayor. Good morning. I just want to reiterate everything the Mayor said about the incredible work of all of public safety in the Fall River community. Fire department, police department, EMS, EMA, there were a lot of volunteers who appeared on scene. And were it not for the heroic work, brave work of these men and women who showed last night, particularly our fire and police and EMS, we would have seen much greater loss of life. As you can see, this is a fairly massive structure, massive facility. It housed nearly 70 people, and thank God, the vast majority of them were able to be taken out. Most of them were people who needed help, as you see from some of the footage and what I've seen. These are people who were not able to move themselves. They were not mobile themselves, and therefore the work that fire, police, and EMS did to get people out was truly amazing. I'm also grateful that the 5 firefighters who were treated at the hospital have been released. I'm glad for their safety. I just want to say to the families and friends of those who perished, I offer my condolences, deepest condolences, and sympathy on behalf of the Commonwealth for this tragic loss. We lost 9 folks last night in this terrible tragedy, and our hearts and our sympathies are with their families. I pledge to the Mayor and to the people of Fall River that my administration will do everything we can to offer support and assistance at this time. I know the teams here at the Mayor's office and his folks have done a tremendous job getting people to their place of shelter down at the center. We'll probably go down there next, and very much in the process of now looking to rehouse this vulnerable population. But we'll continue to keep you updated. As we know, this matter is under investigation by the state DFS, and we'll provide updates as we receive them. But again, my heartfelt thanks and gratitude, deepest gratitude to police, to fire, to EMS, and to all the first responders who showed up last night and worked through the night to save so many lives. We are so grateful to all of them. And again, our deepest sympathies to family and friends of those who perished in this terrible, tragic fire. Thank you. Not at this time, but again, we haven't had a full opportunity to look at it.
Initial attack lines were brought to knock the fire down, but at the same time, there were multiple victims hanging out the windows, screaming and begging for help and to be rescued. So, we knocked down the fire quickly. Then all available assets were moved towards rescuing the individuals that needed help. And that's not just fire; it was police. Typically, police don't perform that function, but they did a tremendous job last night, and they saved countless lives in assisting the people that they could out of the building. EMS did an incredible job. They were set up right in this parking lot over here, triaging and getting the patients that needed the most care moved to the facilities that were appropriate for their level of care, while also treating the people that they could treat on scene and releasing them so that they wouldn't burden the hospital systems in the area. So it really was something that we planned for, hoping to never have to use. But I'm so glad that we do train for it, and I think it worked well last night.